A black waitress is fired for sharing her dreams with a Hollywood star, exposing deep prejudice at an exclusive Los Angeles restaurant. Humiliated, she finds an unexpected ally, sparking a confrontation that shatters reputations and forces the city to face its darkest truths. What happens next will shock you. Let's begin. Sanderson Grill stood as a shimmering jewel in the heart of Los Angeles, epitomizing luxury and exclusivity. The restaurant occupied a corner of a bustling avenue, its modern facade of polished glass and sleek black accents exuding sophistication. Soft golden lights spilled from its expansive windows onto the sidewalk, creating an inviting yet exclusive aura. The restaurant's name was etched elegantly above the entrance in understated silver letters, signaling its prestigious reputation to passers-by. Inside, the ambiance was meticulously designed to cater to its elite clientele. The dining area boasted high ceilings adorned with intricate chandeliers that cast a warm golden glow across the room. Walls of dark mahogany were complemented by sleek marble flooring, while plush, cream-colored chairs surrounded tables dressed in crisp white linen. Each table was set with precision, polished silverware, sparkling crystal glasses, and delicate centerpieces of fresh orchids. The open floor plan allowed guests to enjoy the vibrant energy of the restaurant while maintaining a sense of privacy. A grand piano in the corner provided live music during dinner service, its melodies weaving seamlessly with the soft hum of conversation and the occasional clink of glasses. The bar, a centerpiece of the space, gleamed with rows of top-shelf liquors and vintage wines displayed against a backlit mirror. Behind it, skilled bartenders crafted bespoke cocktails, their movements as precise as a choreographed dance. Sanderson Grill's clientele were the who's who of Hollywood, A-list celebrities, influential business magnates, and fashionable socialites. It wasn't unusual to spot faces from the silver screen or hear snippets of high-powered deals being discussed over a plate of seared foie gras or the restaurant's signature truffle risotto. The air carried a tantalizing mix of gourmet aromas, aged steaks sizzling to perfection, rich butter sauces, and freshly baked artisan bread. For Cassandra Wilson, this refined space was both a challenge and an opportunity. She moved seamlessly through the dining area, her every step embodying poise and professionalism. While the environment demanded perfection, Cassandra thrived, her radiant smile and unyielding dedication standing out even among the opulence of Sanderson Grill. The following morning, the atmosphere in Mark Peterson's office was suffocating. The room was a stark reflection of its occupant, cold, meticulous, and devoid of warmth. The walls were lined with certificates and accolades, a shrine to Mark's obsession with authority and control. His massive desk, polished to a fault, was the centerpiece, its surface free of clutter except for a leather-bound planner and a single pen placed at a precise angle. Cassandra stood hesitantly by the door, her posture tense as Mark gestured for her to sit. His steel blue eyes, devoid of any hint of empathy, locked onto her as he leaned forward, fingers steepled. "I saw you chatting with Ms. Monroe last night," he began, his voice low and measured, carrying an edge that made Cassandra's stomach churn. "That's not what we pay you for. Personal interactions like that are unprofessional and against company policy." Cassandra's breath caught. She had expected some reprimand, but not this level of harshness. "She started the conversation, sir," she stammered, her voice trembling slightly. "I was just being polite and—" "Save it!" Mark snapped, cutting her off with a wave of his hand. His tone turned icy. "You've been warned before about overstepping boundaries with customers. This isn't up for discussion. Consider this your final warning." The weight of his words hit Cassandra like a punch to the gut. Humiliated and angry, she left the office, her cheeks burning as she replayed the conversation in her mind. The unease lingered, gnawing at her through the day. That evening, the tension only escalated. Mark's sharp gaze followed her every move as she worked her shift. Her composure was tested further when Olivia Munro returned to the restaurant, this time accompanied by a lively group of friends. Cassandra's heart sank as Olivia asked for her section specifically. She forced a smile and attended to their table with her usual professionalism, all the while feeling Mark's disapproving glare drilling into her back. Midway through the evening, Olivia, noticing Cassandra's hesitance, invited her to sit for a moment to discuss her aspirations. Cassandra, nervous but unable to refuse, explained the strict policies. Olivia, however, insisted, her supportive tone making it hard to resist. Just as Cassandra sat, Mark stormed over, his face a storm cloud. "Cassandra, a word in my office. Now." The room went silent, tension thick as Cassandra rose, dread pooling in her chest as she followed Mark's furious strides. Mark's office was tense and claustrophobic, the dim overhead light casting sharp shadows across the stark furniture. His flushed face glistened with anger as he leaned forward on his desk, his fists clenched. "What do you think you're doing, sitting with a customer?" he growled, his voice low but venomous. "You're embarrassing this restaurant, and you're embarrassing yourself." Cassandra, though shaken, forced herself to stand tall. "I wasn't trying to cause a scene," she replied evenly, her voice steady despite the knot tightening in her chest. "Olivia invited me to sit. She just wanted to talk. I don't care who invited you." Mark's voice cracked like a whip, cutting her off. His hand slammed down on the desk for emphasis. "This is about following the rules, Cassandra, and you just crossed the line. You're done here. Pack your things and leave." The abrupt dismissal hit Cassandra like a blow. Her pulse raced as the weight of his words settled over her. Without another word, she turned and walked out, her heart pounding and her mind reeling. Returning to the dining area felt surreal. The lively clinking of glasses and soft hum of conversation were a cruel contrast to the turmoil inside her. Cassandra's co-workers avoided her gaze as she moved to the staff room to retrieve her belongings, their silence cutting deeper than any words could. She fought to keep her composure, but her trembling hands betrayed her emotions. Near the staff entrance, Olivia Munro intercepted her, her perceptive eyes taking in Cassandra's shaken demeanor. "What happened?" Olivia asked, her voice gentle but firm. Cassandra hesitated, her pride warring with her frustration, but Olivia's genuine concern broke through her defenses. "Mark fired me," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "He said I violated policy by sitting at your table." Olivia's expression darkened, her normally serene features hardening with anger. "That's unacceptable," she said, her voice steely. "This isn't right. Let me handle this." Before Cassandra could protest, Olivia strode confidently toward Mark's office. The sight of the A-list actress demanding an explanation caught the attention of both staff and patrons. Inside, Mark, visibly annoyed but trying to maintain his composure, reiterated his stance. "She broke the rules," he said firmly. "I won't tolerate unprofessional behavior." Olivia's voice, calm but unyielding, cut through his excuses. "Rules are one thing, but firing a hard-working employee for a harmless conversation? That's unacceptable. I won't let this slide." As she left the office, Olivia met Cassandra's worried gaze. "I promise you," she said with quiet conviction, "this isn't over." The story of Cassandra's firing spread quickly after Olivia tweeted about the incident, calling out the restaurant for its discriminatory practices. The post went viral within hours, garnering support from thousands of users, including other celebrities who shared similar stories of workplace discrimination. Soon, news outlets picked up the story, framing Cassandra as a hardworking woman, unjustly punished for simply doing her job. Sanderson Grill faced immense backlash, with protesters gathering outside and patrons canceling reservations. Mark, under pressure from the restaurant's owner, was forced to issue a public apology, but the damage was done. Meanwhile, Olivia kept her promise. She reached out to Cassandra with a proposition, a partnership to help launch Cassandra's Dream Cafe. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Cassandra accepted. Months later, Cassie's Corner opened its doors, a cozy cafe that quickly became a community hub. Olivia attended the grand opening, and patrons from all walks of life came to support Cassandra's journey. Mark, on the other hand, had been replaced at Sanderson Grill, his reputation tarnished. As Cassandra stood behind the counter of her bustling cafe, she reflected on the whirlwind of events. What had started as an act of kindness had turned her life upside down. But in the end, it had also opened a door to a brighter future.